Water is the most common substance on Earth. As humans, we are 70% water, and we consume, on average, 2 liters of water every single day. And despite the fact that water is such a huge part of our everyday lives, most people are unaware of the powerful ability of water to collect, store, and transfer information. Now, what could this mean for you and the water you're drinking? And how can you use this information to help yourself? We're going to look at the research that shows why informing or energizing your water is a powerful practice and how to do it at home. The revelations about the incredible capacity of water to gather, store, and transfer information is just too powerful to ignore. Water has memory. Water memory has a long history of scientific research and a recent trend of scientific credibility, with a staggering amount of research in the last few years confirming what the pioneers discovered. Here are just a few of the highlights of modern research into water memory, which is also sometimes referred to as informed water or energized water. In 1988, Nobel Prize winner Jacques Ben-Veniste stumbled upon the research showing that water holds memory while studying homeopathy. His new ideas were considered fringe at the time, but have been increasingly substantiated by subsequent research, such as that done by Bernd Kropelin, who also stumbled into the same realization in 2001 when conducting research to develop space medicine for astronauts. Kropelin discovered that when a flower was placed in water, it produced a mesmerizing pattern when the water droplets were magnified, and also that the observed patterns changed when different flowers were used. He also discovered that even the weakest magnetic field alterations, though not detectable by conventional measuring devices, were reflected in the water structure and could be seen under a microscope. In 2018, Auguste Meeson proposed an explanation for how water memory is possible in research published in the Journal of Modern Physics, titled Water Memory Due to Chains of Nanopearls. And almost everyone is familiar with the work of Dr. Emoto, who spent 20 years studying the evidence of how the molecular structure in water transforms when it's exposed to human words, thoughts, sounds, and intentions. And he released his findings in beautiful images in his series of books, including The Hidden Messages in Water. Water does not just pick up and carry information, it also transfers that information. In a study titled Electrical Transfer of Molecule Information into Water, Its Storage and Bioeffects on Plants and Bacteria, published in 2005 in the Electromagnetic Biology and Medicine Journal, researchers speak about the transfer of information from the donor to the water, called informed water, and they state, there are experiments showing that molecular information can be transferred to water via electric or electromagnetic fields. In the study, they exposed plants, cress seedlings, to water that was previously exposed to a pulsed electric field, a field that was assumed to transfer a chosen molecule information to the water. And the results were that the informed water produced statistically significant differences in the growth of seedlings as compared to the control group. Referring to their research using electric field pulses, the researchers state, it confirms the possibility that water can be informed even without any direct molecular contact with the donor substance. And so you might be asking yourself, well, what happens when it's people that are informing or energizing the water? In the 1960s, Dr. Bernard Grad conducted research using barley seeds. Dr. Grad had psychic healers infuse their intention into sealed bottles of water that were then used for germinating the seeds, along with seeds that were germinated with non-informed water in the control group. And what he found was that the seeds from the informed water sprouted more quickly, and they achieved statistically significant higher levels of height, leaf size, and chlorophyll levels than the control group. In a follow-up study, Grad used water-informed or energized by being held by psychiatric patients. He used this water on the barley seeds and found that the water held by the psychiatric patients resulted in suppression of the plant growth, as one might expect. Grad went on to study the chemical analysis of the energized water and found differences in the atomic bond angle, molecular structure, and hydrogen bonding, as well as the surface tension in the water after being informed or energized by the healers. Now consider that water makes up 99% of the molecules in the human body, and just start asking yourself, well, how can I inform my body by informing my water? It's easy to do. Remember, you are an electromagnetic powerhouse. We've already looked at research that specifically addressed how EM fields were used to inform water. And we also looked at research that demonstrated how the psychological state of the energizing person informed the water. And we can assume that that is related to their electromagnetic field. And you may already be familiar with research from heartmath.org. The heart is the most powerful source of electromagnetic energy in the human body. So you're probably already starting to figure out that informing or energizing your own water is very easy. In fact, it's really just a two-step process that only takes a few moments. Step 1 is to simply clarify your intentions, both for yourself and your loved ones who will be consuming the water. Step 2, wrap your hands around the vessel of water and feel the realization of that intention in yourself and in your loved ones. It can be helpful to imagine your physical and mental vitality. Play it out, kind of like a movie in your mind, and generate the feelings in your heart. This process informs and energizes the water with these loving and life-bringing intentions. And finally, just enjoy. You now know and better understand that the powerful energy of the informed water is, in fact, vitalizing yourself and your loved ones. Share your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and keep watching. I'll see you in the next video.